Live in living color. Welcome, everybody. This is your host, Anuhazi, and my beautiful, beloved friends with us tonight. We have a special show. We're going to be talking about our Sedona trip 2025 and how that went down, how it affected us, what we think about it. Basically, a review of our time together, of the beautiful scenery, the sacred space that we were in. It was definitely something I will never forget. So let me have Indigo say hello and his beautiful son there with him.
Shalom. Greetings, everyone.
Hello.
What's
Thank you
up,
for that.
tribe?
All right, man. We got Celine, Star Sister Celine.
Hey guys, love y'all. Welcome in.
Shelly, how you doing there, sister?
Hey,
And welcome, Giannis.
hey.
Hello, sister. Good to see you guys. And this is just something that we went on a few days ago. We literally got back last week, so it's still fresh in our mind. It's still fresh in our energies, and I'm so honored to be able to do this and share this experience with our. So you guys know these are our moderators, and it looks like we got Starman and Sarah Holder and Sir Madison will be holding down the fort in chat. So that's good. Good
Thank
to
you.
see you
Thank you.
guys.
Thanks, mods.
Hey guys.
So, uh, let me see. Right now, I just want to ask real quick about kind of like if you guys could spend a minute just on your initial impressions on Sedona, just a minute, but and we'll go into more detail, of course. So, Indigo, could you guys tell us what your first impression was of Sedona?
As we entered to Sedona, yeah. Oh man, from coming from Kansas, my sinuses were usually jacked up, and when I was coming into Arizona, everything just cleared up. All I could breathe, I could smell. I felt like a just all this weight released from me as soon as we got around the four corners. But when we came into Sedona, I was just breathtaking. I mean, we came in from the north end, so it was a windy road going down, and maybe a what you think, maybe like 5 mile little drive. And then we wind around and keep winding down, and we get to our camp spot, and it's a beautiful place. Cave Springs, campground.
A little spring in the caves.
Yeah, had a little pool and three hiking places. But then we come into Sedona, and I just see the bowl and all the peaks, and I was just uh, exactly how I imagined it, just beautiful.
Was that your first
And
time, brother?
to Sedona, yes,
All right.
yes, yeah, and the energy I could feel it instantly when we came up Coco, the national park there. We when we were coming through there, coming down into Sedona, you could just feel all the energy. It's a massive, intense energy there.
Thank you for that, brother. Celine,
Yeah.
sister. Could you tell us your first impressions as well? Kind of, you were actually driving into Sedona too, right? So,
Yes, with the
Mhm.
Giannis and Shelly. It was so beautiful. It was like I felt like I've been there before, and it was just very ancient energy. And I felt so connected to like the land and to y'all, just like to myself as well. Like I'll never forget it. It's like a revival of like ancient history that I've like been a part of. So that was a very like amazing experience.
yeah, and I want to say it's just something that's extraordinarily unique. Sedona is very unique looking, so it stands out, right, you guys?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Shelley, could you please tell us your first impressions?
It was amazing. We don't have mountains in Indiana, nor an ocean. So just being around the mountains, I don't really like calling them mountains, but the formations, it it was just beautiful. And like Celine said, it felt real familiar. You know, I knew I'd been there, but I hadn't been there. Um, it was a bit emotional, really. But I cry over happy stuff. I cry over sad stuff. So emotion to me. Um, yeah, but it was beautiful. And the energy was amazing. It was amazing.
Thank you for that, sister. And emotions are quite fine to have. You know, that's a natural feeling that's part of our light body. So it's a powerful,
Yeah.
signature that we have. So, Giannis, could you please tell us your first impressions of Sedona?
Yeah, so we were driving, and as we were driving in, I noticed all the red rocks right away. It was just like ancient. That was the ancient feeling, like we keep looking at the rocks and it just looked like a temple. Like there were like temples. Um, but yeah, I didn't expect Sedona to look this beautiful. I thought it was gonna be more like desert like, but it had like this mountain feel to it. It was beautiful. I mean, we couldn't stop looking. We were just staring at the rocks, like just staring at it, just like wow and awed.
Yeah, thank you for that. And it feels like almost like an alien world. And then we are there together and exploring these sites, and we started to feel that energy, the sacred energy of Sedona. And I want to ask each of you, maybe you have a favorite hike or a favorite moment or a funny memory that you guys want to share. Um, and just, go with it, however you feel you want to share that. And we'll start with Indigo.
Oh man, not really a favorite. I enjoyed every hike we had, um, every experience that we had in all those hikes. Um, I think one that stood out the most would probably be Bell Tower. Um, Watching some of the members when they were hiking up and coming to points where they didn't think they could move any further, and just watching them get over that fear. And it was really, it's awesome to watch when you see someone getting over a fear, like the joy they have once they've stepped just a little further past that, it I got to see it in a lot of faces, and it brought a lot of joy to me seeing all that. So that
Wait
was
a
a good
second.
moment there at Bell Tower.
I'm sorry if my mic was coming on. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, it's okay. Which rock? Bell Rock. Yeah, he enjoyed that hike too.
Wasn't our
Uh,
first one, right? Was
I
that our
believe
first?
so.
Yeah.
But just watching, we get to a point and there was members, oh, I don't know if I can go any further, and then it's like, yeah, you can, and then they would do it, and it's just awesome to watch. But
Was
and
that?
another thing, the stars there are just magnetized. I've never seen anything like it, and I've traveled a lot of places, and it was just like everything was just right there above that bull. There's a lot of energy there, and I could feel it through the hikes. Yeah.
And were you like referring to possibly Celine? She got past her fears, right?
All right. Yeah.
Celine, you want to share that moment?
Yeah, that was Bell Rock Vortex, and initially I was like a little nervous because I have never actually like hiked in an incline before. And I was just like learning to trust myself and trust the mountain and just, go with it. And Indigo Wizard and his son really helped me just release that fear onto the mountain. And before you know it, I was at the top and I was just like, I'm so proud of myself. I gained so much strength and like trust in all of you guys, and I will never forget that moment. It's like very special to me. So
Yeah.
thank you, Indigo, and
I'm
your
glad we got to
son. We're
share
so
that
grateful.
moment.
Yeah, you guys, I just want to
You're
say
welcome, Twain.
that they weren't all easy to climb. We're not expert climbers, but some people it's a little bit intimidating. So it's you have to work that within yourself and get beyond that, and that was able to facilitate that with Celine. So, Shelley, how about you? Could you share one of your moments or anything like that?
Um, well, of course, just being there with all of you. That was getting to meet everyone in person, like, which you're all exactly what I expected. Amazing. Um, but I think the how do you say it? Javelinas.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah.
yeah, they were coming right up to us. That was amazing. It just felt rewarding. It it was
Mhm.
just love, trust on both ends, It was beautiful. Um, and then the stars, of course, the vortex, the mountains, and Giannis pulling me up. The last one, she made me go a little further. Something I have to work on still. I'll admit it. I know it. But
And that's okay, dear.
yeah, and the stars and the sightings. Anahazi told me to call the UFOs to me, or the spaceships. So I began doing that in my head. And then I started seeing flashes like everywhere. It was all an amazing experience. It was great.
Yeah, it's actually hard to find one isolated favorite moment, right, you guys?
Right. There's so
Oh yeah.
many of them.
I mean, for me, I love even just the s'mores. Sharing this experience with you guys and the
Yes.
s'mores was beautiful,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
led
Cooking
into
them over
the
charcoal.
yeah, and then the javelinas came, and it was just, and then we did. You mentioned UFOs, and we did see those, right? I mean, we
Yeah.
got a
Oh,
footage
yeah.
of some of them.
Yeah.
So
There were a lot. I seen a lot of them. A lot.
thank you, Shelley. And
Thank
Giannis,
you.
maybe you could share a moment with us as well.
I liked all of the hikes. So the first one we did was the cathedral. That one was pretty cool. We got to the very top, and then I remember there was like a sandstorm at one point. It was really windy. It was beautiful though. That one was one of my favorites. And then the Bell Rock, of course. That was just so cool. The view was like, oh,
Yeah.
get that. Yeah, that one was amazing. And the javelinas. I love the javelinas. That was such a divine moment. They all came to us and they're so friendly. Um, I have to agree with Shelly. The stars were something different in Sedona. They were like wrapped from like it looked they're like all around us everywhere. Everywhere you look, there were stars.
Yeah.
Being with you guys, I felt like the nature there. You know how they say there's something about Sedona energy. I felt that. I felt like I felt like a strength in me when we were hiking. And then at the end of our last hike, actually, I did my little prayer and I felt energetically like everything was like dropping from my chest. All the things that no longer serve me, just I left it there in Sedona. That's how it felt. Um, yeah. Um, Came back home and I feel so peaceful. I feel like my frequency is better. It's like a higher frequency. Did you guys feel that too?
Yes,
Oh yeah,
definitely.
most definitely.
Yeah.
And that kind of leads into our next question.
I feel like I've been in time warps.
Yeah. Well, they do call them vortices, right? So that has something
Oh
to do with
yeah.
time.
And I could feel how all those vortices were rotating in different directions. Everywhere we go, I could feel either a dark energy somewhere, or I felt just complete peace. Like it was wild there. But we
Yeah,
did, we left a lot there, and we took a lot from there as well, or received a lot from there. There's just so many lessons and experiences through everything. It's really, I mean, there's a lot to talk about all in one trip.
yeah, guys, and that will lead into the next question. I too felt it was not just activating, but it's helps you kind of like it's a form of detox, whether you want to
Right.
say mentally, psychologically, but there's definitely some healing going on. Not just empowering, but it's also healing and just synchronicities. We were all feeling these synchronicities, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the
together for sure.
synchronicities were crazy.
So I want to ask if you guys could
All the
discuss.
nines we've seen.
Oh yeah. Basically, spiritual insights, anything about the vortex energy, anything about your healing you might have felt, and any type of meditations or synchronies that you guys felt. If we could start with that with the indigo.
Um, well, yeah, at the campground, my son and I were walking around and we found this blackberry patch, and then he noticed a hiking trail. We didn't even know there was hiking trails at this campground. I didn't do too much research on this campground, but we get on this hike and we start walking, and then my son finds this huge pool, and we ended up he ended up swimming that day, and then I meditated up on this little rock that was like looking right down on this pool, and I was running my Maharic seal and setting intentions like I do every time run my shielding. And it was so wild because I knew there's people also walking around and camping, but I just felt like there was nothing around. And it, those waters were so crystal clear, like you can tell it's all natural springs. They're healing waters. And I did end up getting in them, and you could feel it was like ice cold, but it was so rejuvenating, and it cleared, it like took all anxiety or anything, it just all went away. And it was just, and that's how I felt in a lot of those areas too. While on the hikes, there was just certain areas where you just feel like it was just clearing you out.
Yeah.
It's almost hard to put into words. It's just a feeling that you either feel it or you don't. And I know I felt it, and I know I'm sure a lot of you felt it in a lot of those areas. But yeah, it it was definitely those areas are definitely a healing. At one time, I believe they were very healing for every aspect of that area, and we know the distortions that are everywhere. But I felt a lot of healing and cleansing in the time we were there, especially just
Yeah.
through all the experiences, and then seeing lessons in those, and really accepting them and knowing like it just brought more clarity, more awareness, um, brought us closer. And that's what I want. When I had this vision 2 years ago, I wanted all indigos and star seeds to come, but none of this would have even happened if none of you showed up. So I'm grateful for all of you showing up
Yeah.
and making this happen, because it's a start to a great beginning. And I know eventually we're going to have more and more of us through discords. All these Christic communities are all going to come together, and we're going to meet there, and all of us will get to experience these energies, and just uh, I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
just
brother.
thankful and grateful that you all made that happen, because it was just a vision, and you made that action happen to where it came true. And I thank you all for that.
Thank you, brother. And that's what we've been talking about, you guys. We plan on doing one maybe the spring or early summer. We're going to have a part two, Sedona, bigger group. So stay posted for that for those who are interested. And because we're going to be putting that together, there's going to be more in our team. We're going to invite people who really resonate with this information that we're here about, and also that we know a little bit about. So stay tuned for that, you guys. Let me see, Celine, if you could maybe talk about something that was healing for you, or something about the vortex energy, maybe, or even any type of meditation, medicine, or synchronies.
Definitely. So it was definitely an honor to experience everything together with y'all. I felt so much like gratitude, love, like alignment, like all the places that we visited, the different vortexes. I was just sending like my gratitude to the land and to the guardians, and really grounding like those codes like into the earth. I was like doing my Maharic shield constantly, and when we had sang the Psalms together, it felt like so much like unity and like oneness with you guys, and like the power was just, it was like amazing. It was very powerful. Um, I definitely felt like a lot of like heart chakra activation in like my third eye throughout the trip. I gained like a lot of like inner wisdom, understanding, and just connection to you guys and to this earth, and like throughout like my dimensions, you know, how we have like simultaneous lives. We have our form of ourselves in every dimension. Like I felt very connected to all of them, and I definitely felt like a lot of DNA like activation, and yeah, that was a lot of my experience.
Thank you, dear. And I believe that. I believe there's definitely an incentive going to sacred sites like Sedona. It does have a DNA activation. If you guys recall, speaker one, Ashiana Dean, and her husband at the time, Michael Dean, they actually literally traveled these sacred places, including Sedona. And so each and one of you, every one of us who are part of this frequency, this indigo or starseed um, identities, well, you're meant to go to these sacred sites. It's even in the Voyagers books. We were seated around some of these sacred sites. So, Shelley, love to hear your input as well, dear. What you thought about that?
Um, my whole body was buzzing the day after I got home, and even a couple days after, but especially the day after I got home. So I know that activations happened while we were there. Um, and then I've also had the last vortex that we went to. It
Airport
did something. Yeah, the airport.
on
I
top
don't
with
know.
the sunset.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Um, when we got back to the house, I know I cried that day. And I feel like it was just releasing things that I didn't even know that I had still to release. And I'm sure I had to release that in order to receive the activation, maybe, that I got from being there. Um, and then when you guys were up singing songs, I was actually down where I
Yeah.
stopped, but I was also singing them. And we didn't plan that. So that was a synchronicity that
Yeah.
we all did without even knowing, because I was down and I was walking, I was looking around everywhere, and I had them playing on my phone and I was singing with them. And then you guys come down and said that you were up there singing them. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Even apart, we still were in sync. I don't know.
Yeah, that was awesome,
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah.
You also experienced some deja vu, didn't you?
Oh, so much deja vu. So much. Like every time we were, well, the whole time we were all together, but like certain things, like sitting around the table and eating together, and
Yeah.
then just how Celine, I look at you as my little sister just because you're younger than me, but just you. I just knew you, and Anahazi, all of you. It's like all of us that were there, I was having deja vu about everything, about the cooking, Giannis, and then Celine, how she just would kind of stare up into the stars and drift away, and Indigo just being Indigo, and then Anahazi, of course. It was just amazing how much deja vu I had. it was coming regularly.
I thought that was interesting. Thank you for sharing, dear.
Hmm.
And Giannis, dear, if you could please share some of those moments that you thought were healing or activating, anything like that with synchronicities or the energy itself.
Yeah, like every day was healing in a different way. Like every day we had like a little, um, yeah, every day was an experience. But for me, really, it was the not being on our phones. I feel like I was
Yeah.
not checking our phones barely, and we were together. We cooked together, we ate together, we had deep conversations, we hiked for hours
Together.
together. That togetherness and just
Mhm.
and not being on not using our phones. Um, that on itself was very healing, and of course the energy of the vortices and the energy of just the nature there. I felt it, I connected to it. I had so much gratitude for the for nature there. Like I felt like I connected with it. And yeah, I had tears of joy at some moments. I just felt so happy. Um yeah. But yeah, I definitely felt I felt the energy that was in some of the vortexes. I could feel it. And I felt like we were like lions, we had like super strength.
Yeah.
Um
Like a pride.
yeah.
Well, thank you, dear. We appreciate that. It was very, for me as well, it was very beautiful, especially even in the evening because in the daytime we were hiking and being very active, but in the evening, like she said, we were able to just hold space together, eat together, enjoy each other's conversation, get to know each other better. Even smoke time, in the carport. I mean, that was beautiful. I saw a whole nother amazing side to each and every one of you. And we can talk about anything, you guys. Those most of the questions, but maybe you guys can talk about some of the other things that we did on the Sedona trip, some of the sites that we went to, some of the restaurants. Some of us, we went to got some souvenirs. I think Celine's got a cup, right? I got a T-shirt.
We
Yeah,
did
I
on
think.
the
Oh, our
sand.
dirt. Yeah, why don't
I
you
do have something pretty
go ahead, Indigo.
interesting that me and Elijah seen. We were coming through Uptown, and we had to stop at this crosswalk to allow pedestrians through. And this married couple and their two daughters, um, one of them had dark hair and one had blonde, but they were real tall girls, and the parents were tall too. Well, we seen them; they just stood out, and they went into this shop. So we go through Uptown, all the way up, and we stop at Wholesale Foods to get some water for tea and coffee. And no kidding, me and my son got the water, paid for it, came out in the vehicle, and those people were coming out of the Wholesale Foods. And I'm sitting there like, how is this possible when they were just going into these stores up here? And it's not easy to get out of those stores and into your vehicle and then be right on our tail. Like it just didn't make any sense. It was like they went into a store and used it as a portal to pop up through Wholesale Foods. But it was the same people because my son was like, he goes, didn't we just see them up there? And I was like, yes. I don't know. There was a lot of experiences that were just wild like that. That faces, I would see people at stores or something, and I had seen these faces back here where I'm from. And it was like they were lookalikes or clones or something. It was so crazy. But I don't
Hmm.
know. Yeah, we can go on and on about experiences,
Yeah.
but that one stood out. I remember that because I was just like that. How did that happen? Like, how is it possible for this to happen? Like,
Definitely some paranormal things, right?
oh yeah,
How
yeah.
about you, Celine? What do you think?
Okay, so one of the most like profound moments with me was doing medicine with y'all. And the way I saw it was like I looked at the sun and it was like a portal, right? And I see all these vivid colors around it and everything was just so alive. I also felt that like resonating with me. It was like a reflection of like it was like how I felt inside was like a reflection of it, and how it looked was like a reflection of me. And so I saw like the eternal life lotus just like bouncing off the light, and then I was like bathed in that, like the eternal life lotus. I was like bathed in that like love, and it was so like freeing, and it was just a beautiful experience, very powerful, very moving. I feel like I really like healed a lot. Like I saw this beautiful vision of like a Native American woman, a wolf, and like the day before we were trying to find like the birthing cave, but like in that vision, I was like in that cave and I was like in the womb of that cave. And I was like, this is just so remarkable because like that vision, it felt like almost like hundreds of years like went by, but like within those few seconds is like how I saw it. And then after that, I felt like I was about to give birth, but I was like giving birth to like a rebirth of my higher self, like anchoring into these moments in my in my vessel. Like it was amazing. Like I will never forget it. I'm so grateful.
Yeah, thank you for
Thank
sharing there.
you.
And I want to say that wherever you do medicine, like Sedona, it's going to have a very unique, different experience. And so that was something we wanted to experience while we were there, even just, regular, simple medicine, anything, any type of meditation is going to be very unique there. So, how about you, Shelley? Can you talk about some of that as well?
Um, I think when we was sitting on the patio the same night Selena was talking about, like out in front of me, it just looked dark. Like I remember it was just black. But then for some reason, I think because of Celine, I turned around to look at the sky behind me. And that's what I do. Look at the sky a lot. But it was like there was like a tunnel with um like an indigo color, a blue, and then a purple, and then it had like stars hanging like inside of it. And it was a beautiful experience. Like, and being there with all of you, the energy, it just amplified all of us being together. I felt when you guys would approach me, I could feel you entering my bubble. I call it a bubble. Our bubbles just like merging, and it was like that the whole time, which I feel that anyway, but it's different with your family. You guys are family now. Always have been, but but
I
it
just
was
said,
just
yay.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah.
it was so intense. Like I actually felt our energy bubbles like merging, and it was just amazing. Everything about it, the whole experience.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm sorry. I
go,
just want to say that
go ahead.
this is something unique because we came together and we were in physical proximity. It's a lot different than when we're way over in our wherever we live. I live in Nevada, there's California and all these places, but that was that's a very valuable opportunity to do that as just like you would do group meditation,
Mhm.
try
Yeah,
group medicine if you're into that, only if you're into that. So,
yeah.
um, Giannis, how about you, sister? Is there something you wanted to share in that?
Um, so when we did the sacred medicine, that was, I had a very profound experience. I felt like my higher self, like I downloaded my higher self, and as we're talked about this Kunda ray, I saw it. I saw this like rainbow frequency
Yeah.
dancing, and it like spoke to me, and it literally said like I'm the Iani, like I'm Yanis, I'm Yani, and that was something like supernatural almost because I and then when I started singing, it was like something was singing through me, myself, you know, but and then I felt you guys' energy. Like there was no hiding, there was no running away because we're all like empaths and we're all psychic and I could feel everyone's energy. You know, like we all felt each other's energy so intense.
Yeah. Yeah. I seen rainbows around all of you.
You did
It was
too.
like oh, I forget what they're called, but it was like a print, like a scallop. And it was around every one of you,
Yeah,
like scallop of rainbows around all of you.
too.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
And we all saw the same thing. That's pretty
Yeah, I also saw the rainbow color and a lot of brilliant white and rainbow energy, which, as
Yeah,
Giannis described, is the Ayani. Whether that's part of our higher selves or also part of who we, who we're working with, right? I just want to say shout out to Rihanna on Maria Earth. She's in the house tonight. Thank you for being with us, sister. But
hey.
Hello, Rihanna.
I'm looking for questions in the chat. Let me see real quick.
Uh,
Oh, she actually asked a question. I have a question, please. Did anyone notice any memories being recalled while being together? Thank you. Good question, sister. Thank you for asking.
Yeah. I felt like I knew you guys. I felt like we were like, sorry, someone's calling me.
Oh,
I felt like you guys were my Lyrian family. Like it literally, that was what I was coming. I'm like, hey, this is my family. We lived together before. Like I felt like I, just like how Shelly said she had like deja vu.
My deja vu.
I,
Yeah,
I felt like I know you guys from
it was
some.
like confirmation, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
Indigo,
yeah, I
how did you
felt
feel,
that
brother?
before the trip.
yeah,
Oh
I've
yeah,
spoken
yeah,
to
for
most of
sure.
you. I've spoken to most of you before for quite a while now. So yeah,
yeah,
oh yeah. But while there, I didn't recall. I mean, I did have some. Well, of course, the native memories and all that attracted me there. Anyways, I've been called to Sedona for some time now, and like I said, when I entered into the Four Corners, like leaving Durango into the Four Corners, coming into Arizona, it started hitting me strong. I've never felt energies like this ever anywhere I've been, and it's like I had been there before though. Like I've never in this lifetime, I've never been there. I've been to Phoenix, but I've never been to Sedona. And like when I was going through all this, I'm just like everything looks so familiar. And then I could finally breathe and smell. Like I said, I, I was getting a lot of familiarities from those scents, like being able to breathe and smell. I would smell certain things, and it was just like popping into something like I was there in that moment before. Um, yeah, there's just so many energies. Like it's so hard to put them into words or explain it all because it, it, whatever vortex area I was in, it was like rotating in a different direction. So it would shift that whole energy and but it was never any negative energies until I'd get into certain spots of the hike. It was just areas along the hike that would come up that was just real dark and just you could feel it.
yeah.
But
I
everywhere
had a
else was
couple
just
of those.
Yeah, you better believe that Sedona is going to be attacked in one way or another. You know, all the
Oh yeah.
sacred sites, anything related to the guardians is going to be attacked. And so I just want to say that too. I really felt that we have done work together, brothers and sisters. We have done this before. This
Yeah,
ain't our first rodeo, right?
absolutely.
Right.
And it was just confirmation with each other. I mean, it's not, it's all our input. We all felt it. We all saw it, right? So,
Right.
It
Yeah.
pushes me more to get with Amaret Earth and Rihanna more on the round tables and grid work. Like I know I'm called to do this, and what I was doing along this trip, it had a lot to do with, but the true Christic way is what I want to bring into what I'm doing with my grid work and or implementing the way I do my with crystals, because I was burying crystals at each of these spots along Kansas, Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, Oklahoma. But it gave me so much more reassurance that that's what I'm here to do, and that's a big part of this trip was that part of that mission, that journey, and it brought it all alive. It was like a spark, you know. So so much more to look forward to, you know. And now that we have an idea and of this small group, you know, it'll bring more of that love and trust into the next trip, to where the others that are joining us, they'll feel that, you know. I know.
Yeah.
It's just going to grow and expand, and it's going to be beautiful. And we're not going to only do this here in Sedona. You know, I would like to continue this yearly if possible, but I would be up for going everywhere and doing work everywhere we go together.
Absolutely.
yeah, I think some of you guys were already talking about Kauai, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that got brought up.
The waters
That
I feel
would
like
be
are gonna be
nice.
very healing and like just a different energy that like would really like heal your soul and your spirit. Just going to different stargates together is like so special because you really get to feel like each other's energy and like we all come together and it's just love, unity, and we all like there was like respect and we were just like it was so amazing. I'm so glad like I met all of y'all in person. Like I will always cherish this moment and future moments and adventures.
Absolutely. This was
And
just beginning.
yeah, we were testing the grounds, so we see what it's like to be in a group effort, energy, and then make sure it's safe for all of us. And we'll plan more
Right.
together for sure, right?
Oh
I
yeah.
also wanted to add that when we were like singing songs together, I could feel how more powerful it was than just myself. Um,
Yeah.
and it was strange because I was singing freely, like nobody was around. But then when I heard Celine, I remember we were up at Bell Rock and I could hear her behind me singing, and we were singing together. It was like it just amplified it in like within me. It was weird, and but then yeah, that was it was funny because I think we played my playlist on repeat the whole time, no matter what we were doing. You know, we were cooking or hiking or whatever, we had songs playing in the background. It was just I love the song so much, and but
There-
I believe it brings us together more, and it's powerful. It's
yeah. And there weren't awkward moments. Like I know we've talked on the phone a lot, all of us, but like five people that, well, seven that have never met each other before and meeting and all staying together. Like you would think that there would be a couple awkward moments, you know, but there were none. It wasn't for me anyway. I was not awkward at all. Me and Celine shared a bed. It's like there was no awkward moments at all for me. And that's weird.
Yeah.
That's different for me. So
Yeah.
it's a good that yeah, that was great.
I wanted to ask, since you mentioned seven of us, there was seven of us, right?
Yeah.
And that's because we had two beautiful indigo children in our company, literal children. And as you see, uh, Indigo's son, we also had
Yeah.
Giannis's son. So that could you guys talk about the children's energy and what you thought of it while it was with us? Starting with
Uh,
Giannis. Giannis, could you
Oh,
tell
I'm
us?
sorry. You cut out for a second. What was the
Uh,
question?
I just wanted to ask you, how do you think how the children's energy kind of worked with us and our group energy?
Oh yeah, like how they balanced us out.
Yeah,
Like an innocent, playful energy. They're just playing around.
Yeah.
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 It took away like the seriousness of the.
right. Yeah. And
I know
that's
my son felt more comfortable, and I have not. Usually around strangers, he's real shy and he won't speak to them. You know, he's kind of just observes. And I've never seen him that open to just speak to strangers. And like, I mean, I know he's spoken with Celine and Anuhazi before, but everyone else he hadn't spoken to, and he just opened it and free. It was awesome. Like, and he loves the nature, so he loved the whole experience. And his favorite thing, of course, was the s'mores. And 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 since I don't eat meat, he's missed my cooking, so I cooked him up a hamburger, and he loved that night. I think that was probably his favorite night. I don't know. We'll have to
Yeah.
ask him when he comes back.
Well,
and
it
yet,
was
But
cool.
and then Giannis's son, that was some big lessons with me, because it there was times where I was like having anxiety um up in the mountains, and he's just running around free, just, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I was just
Too.
freaking out. And but I had to remember, because I was just wild when I was a child, like, and I had no fear, and I seen that in him, and it was bringing a lesson back to me to be just fearless as a child, you know, like,
Yeah.
uh, and let go, and just yeah, there was a lot of energies coming from the children, like,
Yeah.
uh,
It was definitely a good
the
thing.
joy, just the freeness and the joy of it all, like I could see in them, and just how much fun they were having out there in the mountains, and just hiking around, not once complaining,
No,
not
not at
one,
all. Yeah.
you know.
yeah, I
Yeah.
It's
They
want
did
tough, you
great.
know. It's tough for a child being out in that hot and being walking around that long, you know. Not one of them complained. They just kept right along with us, if not was pushing us.
to, yeah,
They
I
were
want
way
to.
ahead.
For sure.
I want to say I was highly shocked because I wasn't sure how it would go with children, but OMG, they were the head of us. They were the ones leading. Like, where's this energy? Well, of course we know where this energy, right? So it was actually a huge blessing. I was truly grateful that you guys both brought your children. And I just want to say that for future get-togethers, when our groups are larger, you guys are welcome to bring your children. This is something that we'll talk about, of course, but we want to make sure it's a safe environment for all ages, right? So
Yeah.
I thought
Absolutely.
it was like Yana said, I thought their energy was very balancing for the rest of us. So,
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
grounding.
and they looks like they had a good time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kids
And
definitely
oh
had a
yeah, to
good
add
time.
to the phone, like, that's the only thing my phone was doing, was playing songs and taking pictures. And other than that, I wasn't on it at all, and it felt so great.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Elijah was
Yeah.
Very
surprised.
needed.
Giannis,
Yeah.
I want to ask you, did your son enjoy the trip with us?
Oh yeah, he loved it. He didn't want to leave. Oh no. He's already asking me about Sedona.
Oh, yeah.
He had a lot of fun.
Well, they're
Well,
both amazing young men.
yeah.
I enjoyed them a lot, and I'm very grateful that they went with us.
Mhm.
They brought the child, like, joy and
Hmm.
everything that we're supposed to feel anyway, you know? So they just assisted with that. And yeah, it everything worked out perfectly as it was supposed to. It was great.
So, what do you guys think we will be doing differently in our next Sedona trip?
Mm,
Or what could we do next time, right?
Maybe, yeah. Well, now we know, we have an idea of all the
Because
places that we definitely want to hit. And
we didn't go to all of them, did we?
right, I
So
don't think we did. Huh.
I mean, we had a whole week, but we didn't. There's still more to Sedona, right?
Right,
lots
right.
to do.
Yeah. So it was a learning experience along with an amazing experience. I mean, it was first time as a group. We all went together, just meeting each other in person. And I don't, had any of us ever been to Sedona before?
Mm-mm.
No, it was all new to all of us.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
Well, I was
So,
there a couple times, but I never got
oh,
to go to
okay.
the vortices and hike and all that. I want to
Yeah.
ask you guys, what do you think was really beautiful about Sedona? I want to say what I noticed. It's a desert, but it was so green, right?
Yeah.
The
Yes. So
trees,
much
different.
green.
Can you guys talk about that a little
Yeah.
bit?
Except in that one area that we passed through. See, I don't know the names of all the vortices. It was more or less flat, but we went through the area that had the twisted trees, and then the trees were black and like broke off on the top. Like walking through there, I felt kind of yuck, but bring in your frequency and lock it in and leave some love as you go.
Yeah.
But it was still beautiful, regardless of the trees being black and broken. And it was all so amazing. That and then the 5G towers, that got me. As we were leaving the
Yeah.
airport, um, passing those 5G towers, as we approached them, I was getting nauseous. And I've never done that with 5G towers before. And like it was a cluster of them, though. It wasn't just one, it was a cluster. But there were people hanging out right there getting pictures, and I, all the power to them. But I know I wanted to get away from the 5G towers. I wasn't feeling real great.
I
Yeah.
But
think the prettiest, well, the view that caught me the most was in camp. Um, Waking up, the sun was actually rising over this peak, probably about 9:30. But the tall pines, when we were just laying there, you could see all these tall pines just going straight up, and then these peaks, and then you could just see the sun coming over. But when it came over, it was right over the peak and shining right through these tall pines, and it just, I mean, I have a lot of pictures, and I'm going to post all these pictures on Discord to share with our community. And um, but yeah, those tall, I was so amazed that there's tall pines in Arizona. I was just like, this is
I know,
wild.
I've been to Phoenix once before I was little, but I don't remember any trees in Phoenix. I just remember the tall cactus.
Yeah. Phoenix
And
is more boring. I mean,
yeah,
not as
well,
beautiful.
it was still pretty to stand and look around, but nothing like Sedona.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing like Sedona.
Yeah, if you get bored in Sedona, something's seriously wrong with you.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
there's
want to
lots
ask
to do.
I want to ask you guys, when you think back, what single moment from this trip will you carry forever? We'll start with Celine or Giannis.
Okay, it was just so inspiring and being around nature, and I feel like it really activated like a part of me that was always just like buried deep, but it came out. Like it was finally able to come out and breathe and like open its new wings and feel so much freedom and so much like integration. Integration? Wow.
Yeah.
Like Sedona was so amazing. It inspired me to write a poem, especially
Oh,
being
Oh
with y'all. Can I
yeah.
read it?
you're gonna
Yeah.
share it with us.
Okay. All right.
So this is your poem about your experience with Sedona, right?
Yes, it's like a love story to Sedona with my tribe.
Oh,
Oh, I
go
love it
for it.
already.
Okay.
Go for it.
Sedona, your land speaks to my soul, an ancient mystery and renewal, activation, and eternal celebration, echoing in times near and far, forevermore. Vast red hues anchors into my memory, my spirit. Activation, the sacred birth of my timeless rebirth, cradling me, basked in the bliss of eternal love. My divine mission on this earth sings, unlocking, regenerating the DNA coded in my bones. As I release and let go of what no longer serves me, I reclaim what was always mine. You embrace me in protection beneath the stars glimmering in the midnight sky. Joy radiates throughout me and into the hearts of my star brothers and sisters. I remember you as you remember me, every moment in Sedona cherished in loving memory.
Aw,
Oh,
you gave me goosebumps, Celine.
thank you for that, sister. That's beautiful.
I like that.
Thank
That was
you.
beautiful.
I'm so
Thank
grateful for you
you.
You for
guys.
sharing that.
I love it. I'm still goosebumping.
I hope you can give us a copy of that, right? So,
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
was
I'll
thinking
post it
that
on the
too.
Discord.
Yeah.
Giannis, what
Yeah.
about you, dear? What, you know,
And
what do
that's
you,
oh,
when you think back, what single moment from this trip will you carry forever?
I mean, like all of them really.
I know, right?
Yeah.
One. It's so hard to just pick one because they're all so meaningful and beautiful. Um, I mean, the sacred medicine night was so profound. And that I felt like a DNA activation with you guys. I felt like we're all connected and we amplified each other's energy. And that was.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm. But you know what? The last hike we did right before we parted, um,
The last day?
the last day, yeah, when we were
Yeah.
collecting dirt in the dirt jars, there was a moment that I had where I sat down. We took like a little rest, and I sat down and I literally like prayed. I just remember like I felt like the Sedona filled me up with just so much peace, and I felt that exchange like. Because I was praying, I was like, there's just some things that I need to let go of, like I want to make space for more joy, more love, more peace, and I don't want to hold on to this anymore. Like I really need to let go, and I was like, help me, like, and it's something happened in that moment. I felt that my energy shifted. I felt like my heart was filled with like so much peace. That was like something really beautiful. That was a beautiful moment for me. That was like a personal moment, very intimate, but yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, dear. That's awesome. That's beautiful. How about you, Indigo? It's hard,
There's,
right?
I'll, I'll share one. It was funny because I was like, man, I'm surprised I haven't really found any hawk feathers or anything like owl feathers or anything. And Anahazi goes, "Oh, you'll attract them. You're a magnet." And then
Yeah.
not even what was it the next day we were getting ready to start a hike
Yeah.
and I forgot something in the vehicle, so I ran back with Shelly and I look over and I'm like, "Oh, no way!" And there was a feather right there. Uh,
Oh yeah.
and this is a horned owl feather.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful. You can see that orange in there.
Oh,
You had mentioned that, didn't you? That you thought that that's what it was? A
Yeah, and I
horn.
wasn't.
Yeah. Beautiful.
But you have
So
a handful
that
of,
was a wonderful memory, just because it was so funny how Anahazi said that. He's like, you'll attract it. You're a
yeah,
magnet.
and it did
uh,
happen, man. Do
but
you,
I will say this also, like the 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 love I felt there within this group, because and the ease of being able to communicate freely with everyone about anything and not have no judgment from it. I don't get that anywhere. Well, not, I shouldn't say anywhere. I don't get that here. And from the ones that I grew up around, that, you know, you have that conditioned false love, you know, like this was real, like, just, you did, like you said, none of us felt weird at all around each other, you know, like uncomfortable or anything. It was just, you could be free and not have any thoughts of worry or what's this person saying or thinking.
Right.
But
Mm-hmm.
that was a gift, and I accept it gratefully. It was so, it's good to have that, and I know that this community's been that way for a long time, and I'm finding with Rihanna as well. That group's an amazing group, and I hope one day we can all come together. And I
We
don't know,
will.
it feels like a mission. Like I want to bring all these Christic groups. It's I don't want to get into all that, but I do. I hope to see us all together one day.
Oh yeah, we're meant to, brother. And
Yeah.
this was just, part of that, right?
This was
Oh yeah.
preliminaries.
How about you, Shelley?
I don't know if I can pick just one moment. Seriously, I think all the deja vu that I was having, I think that is really going to stick with me. That just, besides everything else. But that was just so much confirmation for me that, which I felt it anyway, but the deja vu was just crazy. It was amazing. It was beautiful. Definitely
Can we
let me
talk
know I
about
was supposed to be there.
Can we talk about the UFO a little more?
Which one?
The one that just stayed in the sky
Oh,
forever
that just
after it
covered
moved
right there.
around, but it just stayed there for hours, like,
Yeah,
Yeah, I want to say I didn't
or a
notice it right
craft or
away.
whatever you want to call it.
right.
Um, I didn't see it, but it was definitely there, you guys, and it wasn't some daytime star like some people will say, right? But because it moved when we zoomed in on it, it was moving a little bit, and you and your son, you saw a few more UFOs on your way back home, right?
Oh yeah, New Mexico, one in Albuquerque. That one was strange because we thought it was like it looked like a light bulb shape or like a teardrop, upside down teardrop. And so I was like, nah, it's probably a balloon they got tied off to a building somewhere in Albuquerque. You know, they're just letting you know the city's over here off the highways. And the closer and closer we got, we could not see any strings above, holding this thing on. But it was, I'm gonna guess, roughly like 600 foot off the ground. It was just hovering up there.
Wow.
So then we go through Santa Fe and some small towns off the road to get fuel. And I was watching the sunset and it was beautiful. So I'm taking pictures, and all of a sudden this craft shows up and Elijah's seen it. And this thing it followed us from basically Santa Fe all the way to Oklahoma. And as we're getting into Oklahoma, it's right before sunrise, so it's just rainbow colored. It's beautiful. You could see Sirius B over here, just bright, bright, and this shooting star just comes out of nowhere, just boom, right in front of us.
Whoa.
Oh,
But
wow.
that craft had disappeared like right as we're entering into Oklahoma. It was like, but it followed us for a long time. It was so wild. Like, it would
Yeah.
hide behind these mountain ridges, and we thought it disappeared, but then it just popped back up over them. It it never like got over us and like hovered and followed us, but you could tell it was following us. It was a trip. It was like they were like watching over us or something. And same that I
Hmm.
felt the same when we seen that in Sedona, like they were just observing us, or
Yeah.
you know,
They're like waving hi to us.
Yeah. Hello.
it,
Right.
but it was
We
a
see
trip.
you.
Hey, homie.
One thing I think that we could probably work on is maybe if there's larger groups, of course we all don't wake up at same hours, and maybe we could have just not two groups, separate groups, but two separate times, or maybe three separate times, to where anyone that wants to go at those times can, meet up and then go do those activities. And if they feel like doing it twice a day,
Oh yeah.
they could join in on another group, or however. Because I'm an early bird and a night owl. I don't get much sleep, and so I'm always on the go and always ready for the next surprise and miracle to pop up.
The next adventure.
But yeah, we'll definitely have like a schedule next time, and then people can have an option to go during the morning, the afternoon, and
Right.
most of us will come together in the evening anyways. But yeah, that's a good
Right.
idea, brother.
Yeah,
That's
and we
one of
could plan, like events, like drum circles, or bonfires and stuff like that, or little cookouts or whatever during the evening. However everyone
yeah.
agrees on. But yeah, it's just, there's not much that you could take away from that trip. Like I was telling Elijah, I was like, I don't look at things as bad experiences or good experiences. They're just lessons. But I had nothing but good experiences from the whole trip.
Yeah.
It never ceased to amaze me. Something new every moment. It was wild. I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting all of what came with it. It
Right.
was awesome. And again, I thank you all for making that happen, because, like I said, it was just a vision. And then you were there in person making it happen. I didn't ever think that would really, I mean, I didn't think it would happen that way. But
They have done that quick.
it's
I'm
awesome.
honored to have gotten invited and got to go, and it was meant to be, though.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
meant
yeah.
to be.
And the ones that didn't make it, it was
Next
meant for that
time.
as well. But you're always welcome to come. We'll make it happen one way or another. If we have to make it to trips to there, and go
Right.
do work over there, across seas, everywhere. We'll all meet
Yeah.
up.
I have a question, you guys. If someone asked you why they should visit Sedona, what would you tell them?
Hiking.
Hiking? Yeah. How about you,
DNA
Sue?
activation.
Activation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, if you do come, you might as well throw your phone out the window, because your GPS isn't going to work.
Oh, no.
The vortex energy had everything going wild.
Oh, we found out that, right?
The
They
GPS.
kept,
Yeah.
they kept going circles because the energy
Yeah.
was everywhere.
Like,
It had us go in
What could you
circles a few
expect?
times.
Man, just expect there's nothing to expect. It's just going to be a surprise. I mean, there's
Yeah.
so much
We'll
there that's beautiful.
We'll have to
well,
write, if
here's
there's a schedule, we'll have to write directions down to each
Yeah.
place.
Here's a perfect example. I think it was on our first night. We went to a restaurant. We all using GPS. We all arrived at different directions. Like, what's going on here, right? And we
Yeah.
lost each other sometimes. And so, yeah, that's a good feedback. We should definitely have instructions before we leave where we're going, right?
Yeah.
Directions.
Yeah.
Well, and Celine did plan out a lot of that. That was
Yeah.
awesome. How many
Yeah,
miles
thank you,
away it
Celine.
was, but I get, actually have printed out
Like an itinerary.
aerial
Yeah.
view.
Yeah.
We're going here this day at this
Highlight the
time, and
road.
here's the directions.
Have like
Yeah.
handouts to pass out. That way
Oh,
we all
yeah.
get a copy.
Yeah.
I think that would be very helpful.
Yeah.
I didn't expect this, though. On the hikes, there's no signs that tell you this trail this way, this way.
Mhm.
You just see trails and you just go wherever you feel. But that's awesome too, because you can just explore freely like that. But I was kind of
Yeah.
hoping it had a sign that would be like, "Hey, we'll guide you a little bit. It's kind of this way."
More
Nope, they're like,
helpful.
you're on your own. Here's the
Yeah.
trail.
So we kind of got split up on a few trails, and which we still made the best of it. That Devil's Bridge that was something else. That was an awesome hike. Like, but then we almost forgot how to get back down.
Hey guys, I
We got
wanted
dropped off the cliff.
to, yeah, I wanted to ask you guys. I was thinking maybe we should do a. I'll probably do another live after this and finish this one up. It's actually probably good to have a nice smaller interview like this. But if you guys could share your moments, your last comments about your trip, kind of like your feelings, how what it meant to you. Who should we start with here? Either Celine or Giannis?
Let's start with you. Let's hear your words,
Okay.
Anahazi.
Um, let's see. Yeah, this. Wait, is it working? Is it cooperating? This was an amazing experience that I don't even I wasn't even expecting all of this. What happened? Like I didn't put like strict ideas on myself of what to expect. No expectations. I just knew that I loved each and every one of you, and that it's gonna be amazing whatever happened, and it was. And it was.
Mhm.
I feel like I have friends for life now, people that I
Oh,
trust,
absolutely.
people that I care about, and so this is simply just we've been doing service together on Christos Avatar. Now we're already talking about future service together, and so to me, it's a great gift that the guardians, our higher selves, have literally brought us all together. My higher selves, your higher selves, your higher selves. We brought this together, and we are
Yeah,
family. We've done this before.
absolutely.
We're doing it again. And so I'm excited about future trips. I mean, we got
Oh,
to do
yeah.
2 or 3 a year because you saw what a difference it made in our lives and our spiritual journey.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Oh yeah,
let's do this
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
and I guarantee you, the ones around you when you went back home could just see the shine. Like I
Yeah.
know it did
Oh, yeah.
it. Like I said, it was a spark. It like brought so much inspiration, so much aliveness back into my life. It was like
Well,
I just had nothing but ideas flowing through my head the whole time. Like, oh man, I
yeah.
could do this. Just like, well, you guys got to witness that. My rambling on about ideas. So,
Well, I had
uh,
my own mom and family tell me, "You look so happy." I was happy.
yeah,
Celine, could you tell
I didn't
us,
want to leave.
yeah, those closing moments with you, what you
Um,
felt?
it was just very like connection with all of you guys, and especially like when we had like our little moments like together and we got closer to each other and like we all felt like we were one. And like one of my favorite moments I experienced was like with Giannis, and we were in the kitchen and we were just like hugging each other, and I could feel like my heart chakra connect with your heart chakra, and it was like a channel of love, and it was so powerful. We were like we were one being, and it was like it was profound. And especially coming back home, like I felt like a new person. There was so many like opportunities to just like thrive, and it was like I feel like really grateful because I feel like I really needed that, and that's what I got, like an upgrade. And like you said, Anahazi, friends for life, family for life, like yeah, this truly is a blessing.
Thank you, sister. That's beautiful. Giannis?
It was so transformational. I feel like transformed in many ways. I feel like I've gained friends for life. You guys are such beautiful souls. I'm so grateful for you. Um, and so many profound moments that we shared. I didn't want to leave. Like I could live like that every day. I could live my life like that every day.
Yeah.
Well, we want
Yeah.
to buy property out there, right? We've been
Gold.
talking about.
Build a community, and so we're together, and we're always.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And everything just fell in place. Like we didn't even discuss who was going to cook, who was going to clean, who was going to do this. I guess that goes with kind of being adults too, but it just kind of all flowed.
Everything was just flowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It all just fit into place. And yeah, it was
I
amazing.
think another one of my favorite moments is when we first met at the wholesale food.
Oh yeah.
We all group hugged. We all and I felt all that. I could feel all the good energy and just love. And
Oh yeah.
I remember that was a great memory.
Our
Yeah.
first hugs,
Yeah.
Yeah.
first eyes in your eyes.
Yeah.
Time together, like shopping for groceries. That was cool.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Something very interesting across the street was a big sign that said Anasazi, or what was it, you guys? Do you
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I'm
Sausage.
sorry.
Yeah.
That was very interesting, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And right down the
And
block it
sausage.
says Indigo on the
Yeah.
sign.
Oh, yeah. The street that says Shelby, like very like Shelby.
Yeah.
There was a lot of synchronicities there. It was wild.
Oh yeah. Numbers the whole time too.
We
Like
probably missed a million too.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
all getting synchrony
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
It was definitely amazing.
and Indigo, any last comment?
I'm ready for the next one.
Hell yeah.
Say
Right.
when.
Let's start planning.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming together in this interview. I hope all you in the audience were inspired. We want you to come with us.
Yeah.
It's what we're meant to do. A lot of you identify with being an indigo child. That's a real thing. And remember the 12 attitudes of mastery. We're accountable, we're responsible, we're here for service. We're here to serve each other. We're here to love each other. We're here to represent the Christ, the Christos, source God's original intention, and we're doing that together. This is our mission. We're going to do it. Those of you who are more interested in going into part two, Sedona, reach out. We're going to be bringing a growing, or this a huge, beautiful family, and it would be an honor to walk this path with all of you. So, thank you,
I
guys.
have one more thing to say,
Of
Anahazi.
course, of course.
Michiwa.
Machiwa.
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 I love you guys.
Love you
Love
all.
Love
all
you
of
all.
you.
Maybe if you guys have time, we'll see you in 5 minutes. So,
I'll be there.
otherwise,
I'll be
you'll
in the
be here
chat.
Saturday.
Another thing with all the experiences, it did bring more awareness and with the attitudes and responsibilities that we study in these teachings. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I just think we could talk for hours and hours on here over this trip. Like, but yeah, just the lessons that were from it all, how it just opened up my eyes more to these teachings and how to integrate these teachings in my daily routine, my daily practice, my journey.
Yeah.
I think we'll
I'm grateful for you all so much and thankful.
we'll definitely I plan on definitely scheduling small times for us to do songs together. Like this was more casual, but I think we'll
Yeah.
do some more formal
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that, right? So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, guys. Blessings to all. Machiwa.
Machiwa.
But